How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a super busted SMG setup that you guys can be using right now in Back 4 Blood. Now, when you guys are using this setup, you should be able to blow through basically every single difficulty in the game. You should be able to get through Recruit and Veteran absolutely no problem, and with a team, you should be able to take this build into Nightmare. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire needed teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. So here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, here it is right here. But I am going to be spending basically the rest of this video talking about just why every card is where it is and what role it plays in the deck. Also, just a few quick deck building tips about how just Back 4 Blood deck building works before we actually get into it. The order that you guys put your cards in your deck is actually the order that you guys are going to see them in the game. So the number 1 slot is going to be the first card that you see out of all of them when you first enter into campaign, and number 15, the last slot in the deck, is going to be the last card that you see. Also, the card in your number 1 spot is going to be known as your starter card. Now, what this means is when you load into a campaign, you are going to start with this card without having to use any of your initial draws to get it. Now, the number 1 slot in this deck, the starter card that just makes this whole deck work, is Shredder, which says each bullet hit causes the target to take 1% increased damage for 3 seconds, and it stacks up to 15%. So this card basically does what it's named after. It shreds. It makes everything take essentially 15% more damage, because hitting something with 15 bullets, I mean, like, you're not gonna get up to the 15 bullets. Like, everything is just gonna die beforehand, and this makes it so SMGs specifically can really hang in with the ARs damage-wise, because, I mean, SMGs are known for just absolutely vomiting out bullets at a lot quicker rate than an AR can. So, I mean, in a way, like, if you're using something like a Vector or an MP5, you are going to absolutely just vomit bullets out, and that is going to make Shredder even better than if you were using it with something like an AR. Now, in the number 2 slot, this is also what our deck is kind of built around, but I mean, like, this and Shredder are just as important, so I mean, these are gonna be your first 2 picks, and no matter what, but it's just your second starter card, essentially. It's going to be Admin Reload, which says when you stow your weapon, it reloads with a small debuff that says minus 15% ammo capacity. That's not really relevant. We can take care of that later in the deck, but this is really, really broken because it makes it so you never have to stop shooting. Basically, whenever you put your weapon away and equip your secondary, your primary is going to reload. Whenever you put your secondary away and equip your primary is going to reload. So no matter what, you are constantly dealing damage. So what we're going to be doing is using our SMG. As soon as we have to reload, instead of reloading, switch to your secondary, and you use all the ammo out of that secondary. Once you got to reload that, just switch right back to your primary, and then we just keep looping that over and over and over again for a basically non-stop DPS line. Now, in the number 3 spot is going to be Cocky, which gives us plus 75% weapon swap speed, but when we take damage, our accuracy is reduced by 20% for 3 seconds. I mean, first off, we're not taking damage, alright? We're doing non-stop DPS. We are never going to stop shooting, so realistically, we shouldn't be taking that much damage, and I mean, 20% isn't really that bad, and it's just 3 seconds. And the reason why this is so good is just basically because of Admin Reload. Like, we're just going to be swapping our weapons a lot, so we want weapon swap speed to be absolutely on point. Now, in the number 4 spot is going to be Mag Carrier, which is going to give us plus 30% pistol and SMG ammo capacity, and plus 10% damage with pistols and SMGs. Now, Mag Carrier is putting in double work in this build, because not only are we basing this around SMGs, we're also basing this pretty much around pistols too. So, you know, when we're using Admin Reload, just doing unfair things, Mag Carrier just gets that much better, and combine that with Shredder, this is a huge player. Like, this is so much more than what it looks. It looks pretty innocuous, and it looks pretty obvious why we would put this in an SMG deck, but I mean, the fact that it's pistols and SMGs combined is what really makes it busted. And in the number 5 spot is going to be Hyper Focused, which gives us plus 50% weak spot damage and minus 75% ADS move speed. I mean, ADS move speed isn't really that relevant, because most of the time, like, just how Back 4 Blood works, we're not going to really be moving when we're ADSing, and even so, it's not like we're snails, you know what I mean? We can still move. And plus 50% weak spot damage, that's absolutely insane. Combine that with Shredder, like, we are going to just melt everything in our path. Like, yeah, the slower ADS move speed, it sucks, but it's totally worth it. Now, up next is Marked for Death. Now, this one says mutations you ping are highlighted and your team deals 10% increased damage to highlighted enemies. This is just so we can do more unfair things with Shredder and admin reload, just being able to deal more damage for pretty much not doing anything. Like, you ping out special infected to your teammates anyway, like you say big boy, and then you ping them. You're really doing nothing extra and you're getting 10% damage increase. That's awesome. Up next at number 7 is going to be Reckless Strategy, and this is going to give us plus 30% weak spot damage with minus 5% damage resistance. Now, like I said earlier, it's just the same reason we want Hyper Focused in the deck. We are just trying to deal as much damage as humanly possible, and, with more time in the game becomes more experience, and the more you play, the more you're going to be able to just laser down these weak spots. And when we're just playing cards like Shredder and admin reload, which make us never stop shooting, we are going to be absolutely just shredding through absolutely everything in our path. Now, up next is going to be Shooting Gloves, which gives us plus 25% weapon swap speed. Now, you may be wondering why I'm not playing the other one that gives us 50% weapon swap speed, Guns Out, and that is because, like, how the percentages work in this game is actually kind of weird. So, when it comes to a category, we'll take weapon swap speed for an example. Once we stack so many effects on top of each other that go over 100%, it actually starts going down in percentage, if that makes sense. So if we were to use two cards like Guns Out and Cocky, which in theory would give us plus 125% weapon swap speed, since that is 25% over 100, it'll actually deduct that from our swap speed, which will put us just right back at 75%. So what we want to do is we want to play multiple cards, but we don't want to go over 100%, right? And that's why we're using Cocky and Shooting Gloves, because 75 plus 25 equals 100. So this combo is actually the max weapon swap speed that we can get in the entire game. No matter how many other cards we put on, it's actually just going to lower our stat at that point. Now at number 9 is going to be Speed Demon, which gives us plus 6% move speed while using an SMG, which we're going to be doing a lot, and plus 35 reload speed while using an SMG, which that's also not that relevant, but the Speed Demon ability actually, like the reload part, does proc when we do admin reload. Like, it makes it a little faster. At the number 10 spot, we have Large Caliber Rounds. This just makes all of our SMGs stronger. We're just trying to do more DPS. This one's pretty self-explanatory. We're just trying to do as much damage as humanly possible. And number 11 is going to be Padded Suit. It's going to give us plus 10% damage resistance and plus 5 health. Now, the reason that we want this is because we don't want to dedicate a lot of slots to our deck to giving ourselves more health. Because, realistically, we should have a healer, and even if you're in a team full of bots, like, bots heal you pretty consistently. They're actually pretty good about that in this game. So we don't actually have to spend a lot of time worrying about healing ourselves, as long as we're just not getting hit more than average. Like, we should have a healer on our team, so we shouldn't have to really bulk up on all of, like, the padded suit type effects. Up next is going to be Ammo Pouch, which is going to give us plus 25% ammo capacity. Now, the plus 25% ammo capacity, that's mainly to just, cancel out the admin reload, but it is nice just to carry extra ammo. Realistically, we do go through a lot of ammo, and it would be expecting a lot just to always expect our teammates to have the extra ammo for us, so being able to hold more ourselves is really good. Number 13 is going to be Silver Bullets, gives us just 10% bullet damage, 150% bullet penetration, but when we kill a mutation, we lose 5 copper. That's basically not a debuff, you know what I mean? Because, that's not relevant at all. Okay, say we kill 5 tall boys the entire mission, we lose 25 copper. Ooh, for all that extra damage we're doing, it is so worth it. Number 14 is going to be Ridden Slayer, which is going to give us 20% weak spot damage. Now, like I said, we are just trying to not hit over 100% in any category, and when you use Reckless Strategy, Hyper Focused, and Ridden Slayer, that all equals up to 100% weak spot damage. That's why we are using these 3 specifically. Now, for the number 15 slot, the last card in the deck is going to be Patient Hunter, which says each second you aim down sights increases your damage by 10% up to 3 stacks. So we ADS a lot with this build. Like, we can build it to where we don't ADS, but that takes up a lot of cards, and we ADS a lot. And we hold the ADS down for a lot longer than we think, and we actually do it for 2 to 3 second increments. And, you know, that's just an extra 20% damage, extra 30% damage. That is a lot of damage when you put it up with something like Shredder. Now, the reason it's all the way down here is it's really not as potent as it sounds, and just having these straight up damage effects rather than this niche specific one is way better, but it's still really good at the end of the day. Well, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any cards that you guys would add or drop from the deck, and as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.